Thanks for staying with us. Now today we're putting the spotlight on milk. In Nigeria, the general price of milk has increased by over 50% in the last year. However, during the World Milk Day in May, stakeholders decried the country's low milk consumption. We're bringing in Fumi Adebowale, analyst, financial derivatives company, this afternoon. Good afternoon, Fumi. It's good to have you on the program. But tell me, Fumi, I'm sure you agree with me that milk is good, except for those who are lactose intolerant. Who doesn't like milk? Who really doesn't like milk? But it's poor supply. Is it because of poor supply that we're seeing this low consumption in Nigeria, or is it lack of knowledge? Can you tell me? Because I do like a glass of milk.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, like you mentioned, milk is actually essential, especially for children. And we've seen the price of milk increase by over 50% in the last 1 year. So if you look at the dairy industry, it's actually affected by a number of factors, and which is what is driving the increase in the price of milk. First of all, you know, milk is derived from cow, and Nigeria as at 2018 had about 20 million head of cattle. But unfortunately, only about 11.5% can actually produce milk. So that is affecting production. But apart from that, we also we saw that the kind of the way the cattle are being reared also affected the production of milk in the country. You know, Nigeria currently adopted the nomadic system of rearing cattle, which means that you allow cattle to move around in search of food and water, and that in a way affects the efficiency of these cattle. You know, Nigeria on a daily basis, an average cow produces about 2 liters of milk on a daily basis, compared to Kenya, where a cattle produces about 30 liters a day. So the increase in price can be attributed to low production because of all these challenges, and that is actually affecting price in Nigeria. But apart from that, we also saw that because most players in the dairy industry, especially the formal sector, actually import the bulk of the milk they use to produce their products, and that is exposing them to exchange rate volatility. The exchange rate, as you know, has depreciated sharply in the last 1 year, and that is feeding into the price of the end products, including milk. So all these factors, low production, increased cost of import, are actually affecting the price of milk in Nigeria.
So we do see that you mentioned FX volatility being responsible for the price surge. We're seeing one of the factors responsible for the price surge. But still, if demand is low, for me, why should we see this surge in prices? Because Nigeria, according to reports, says we spend about $1.7 billion yearly on milk imports. That's according to cattle breeders. So are you saying that it's because of this import? What's happening to our production? Why can't we match the milk consumption in the country from the cows that we have, the cattle we have in the country?
Yes, so what we are consuming currently in Nigeria is actually low. An average Nigerian consumes about 9.1 liters of milk on an annual basis, and that is just about 20% of what is consumed in Middle East and Africa. I think they consume about 46 liters a day. So what we are consuming is low, and that is because of a number of factors. One is income. Demand is a function of income and price. So when your income increases, you expect consumption to increase, including milk. But when your income declines, what happens is that consumption will also decline. Price is also a factor. When the price of a commodity increases, you expect people to shift to cheaper substitutes, reducing demand for that particular product. But apart from this, we noticed that there are some people that react to milk. They are lactose intolerant. So when you take milk, they throw up. So that is also reducing demand from that space. Then we also know that, you know, in the past there's been a lot of belief that milk has actually harmed children, and because of that, we also see people believe that, oh, once I take milk, I'm likely to be affected. So it's just safe for me to play safe and avoid milk consumption. So all these factors are actually reducing demand for milk in the country, and it's making Nigeria consume lesser milk compared to its African peers.
I do hope that as we are consuming lesser milk, the prices should also be lesser, for me. So we've seen that the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria is saying that the government should weigh in on this, to pay more attention to the dairy industry through budgetary allocation. They're saying this was going to help boost production in the country, milk production in the country. Do you agree with this? Do you think the government should weigh in on this side of the production?
Yeah, I would say I actually agree with that. There should be increased, attention, trying to actually considering the fact that most of the farmers that actually produce milk, they are mostly small-scale farmers. They actually need help in terms of finance, access to finance, and also in that area, I think the government can actually intervene. And considering the fact, another thing is that the fact that we have to resort to imports means that anything that happens to the exchange rate will affect us. But by the time there is backward integration, where the dairy producer, the people that actually use the dairy for their final product have to go back to getting it from the local market, I think that will also help. So, but before that will happen, there's need to increase production. The breed of cattle that is being used to produce milk in Nigeria, I think it only accounts for about 10% of total cattle production in Nigeria. That has to be increased. There is need to invest in that, which could be capital intensive. So I think increasing budgetary allocation to that will go a long way in assisting farmers to actually boost production.
And also we see, hopefully it boosts the gross domestic product, but that's one of the things they were talking about. Thank you so much, Fumi Adebowale, analyst with Financial Derivatives Company. I have my glass of milk. I'm just going to finish it up right after the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.